maybe you can help me find a better way to do fences along a road. Or know of a good and let's say cheap plugin that will help me place fences. Because I know that this is quite inefficient what I'm doing, and I'm not happy with the rotation of this one. Coded in. At the moment, it's I'm just using standard Unity assets for the first person that came with Unity first person controller, and I will do some simple interaction in C# at some point. But so far I'm just building the terrain and adding a few props in specific areas, and I don't know when I will add some coding to it and make a game out of it. Thing is, it's more of an art project for me and doing level design. So, bit of background to the project is that it's based on a pen and paper role-playing session I had with some friends end of last year, and we started in a village, which I will add over here. Walked along a mountainside and into a thick forest, fought some bandits, and then ventured north. And the quest was to find, at the moment, more on designing, more on doing level design, and I will switch over to coding when I think I'm finished with the rough designs and only need to do finer stuff for better texture packs or better terrain plugins to make the terrain pop more and get more no, what's the word? Get more out of my terrain, and more out of the assets that I use. Then I will do that. But when I'm finished with the layout and placed a few props here and there, then I will switch over to coding. Some years now, but I never studied it, or it's mostly self-taught. I have a certificate in game programming, but haven't done much with it yet. And like I said, I will switch over to coding later. At the moment it's just level design and bit of flow game design for the way that the player could walk. And it's even a project just for friends at the moment. I'm not sure if I will even publish it somewhere, or just give it to my friends that I played the role-playing session with. So at the moment what I'm doing is just doing level design, getting a bit of getting to know the plugins I'm using. I'm using Gaia for all the terrain stuff at the moment, and it does a lot of procedural generation for me, like placing props all over the world. And let's just run it once. Let's save first and then run this once. Let's clear this out first, reset, and just run it once so that you can see what Gaia does. Apart from having the really cool system that you can start with a flat terrain and then stamp out mountains, rivers and all that stuff, and then do fine stuff later. That's why I did how I created the overall terrain, just using stamps, and create the mountains, stamps for the river, stamps for the lake, and for this mountain, and then build up on it, cut down in parts where that didn't need it, and worked around it on my own. And at the moment it's running over the textures and places textures like sand around lower areas around the water, and then goes up to grass and flat areas. And now it placed some props for me, like some villages and farms, and what else did it place? Oh, it placed a lot of stuff, like farms in different sizes, some rocks, and just place them all over the terrain in areas that are fit, that are working with the rules that are set for these areas. And what is it doing now? Now it's running trees. Yeah, it's placing trees all over the terrain. Also, according to specific areas you can configure. And now the longest part, it's placing grass and small details like flowers and stuff all over the terrain in areas that are suited for it. That's why I really like Gaia. It even has functions where you can create random terrains that you can just jump in and run around in a few seconds or a few minutes. Yeah. And my neighbors are hammering on the walls. Yay! Oh, that reminds me, I have to talk to them. While this is running, I'll be right back. I have to talk to them quite quick because it's really important that we coordinate things. So I will take a small break. Be right back. 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Sorry about that, I have to talk to them.